Look, perhaps the most significant meeting, though, of the entire day came much earlier. In fact, this morning, when Trump met with his choice for Secretary of State, ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson. Trump emphasizing that the reason Tillerson is his pick is because he's got such experience running a global company and a global operation. So we thought, let's show people how global it is. Exxon has a massive reach, operating in more than 50 countries worldwide. And if Tillerson didn't get past the confirmation hearings, he would be the first cabinet nominee since 1989 to not make it, to be tossed out. So we shall see. One of the nations Exxon operates in a very big way is Saudi Arabia, and that has caused a bit of controversy because he is so close with the leadership there. Let me bring in somebody who knows Saudi Arabia implicitly. He's the U.S. ambassador to Saudi Arabia, formerly the U.S. ambassador Robert Jordan. Great to see you, Ambassador. Thank you so much for joining us.
All
right. Let me just get your gut reaction to this pick. It is controversial. What do you make of it?
I think it's a great pick. Rex Tillerson is a terrific leader. He has a lot of experience around the world, as you have said. And I think it's important to remember that Exxon is a massive company. They have about as many employees as the State Department, but their annual revenues are about 4 times what the budget is of the State Department. Rex knows how to run a complex organization, and I think the State Department is in great need of management overhaul, of streamlining. I think he'll be good at that, but especially he'll be good at expressing his world vision to the leaders around the world.
Well, I think that that's an interesting point that people haven't made. It's not just that you need to be this diplomat. There is massive bureaucratic bloat that you feel that he could really deal with. Look, yesterday we had the naysayers. Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, you got to be careful about this. Today we have the supporters, everyone from, you would expect Dick Cheney, the former vice president, or Condoleezza Rice to say this is a great guy. But Robert Gates was an interesting defender here. He, of course, the former Secretary of Defense, coming out and saying Rex Tillerson is a great name. But here's what's problematic, Ambassador, that he is extraordinarily close, not just with Middle Eastern nations, but with the Gulf oil producers. He has a huge operation at ExxonMobil in Saudi Arabia. In fact, he's also got operations in many of these other nations. And so I begin to wonder, how does that square with Donald Trump's stated support of Israel?
Well, I think it squares pretty nicely, actually. First of all, the Gulf oil-producing states are increasingly closer with Israel because of their common enemy in Iran. So I think that issue is almost a non-issue at this stage. But I will tell you also, Liz, I saw ExxonMobil negotiate with Ali Naimi, the Saudi petroleum minister, back during the time I was ambassador, over what was called the Natural Gas Initiative. And those negotiations, despite their long history together, became extremely heated, extremely unpleasant, and almost personal. Finally, Exxon walked away from those negotiations because Naimi was not willing to give them the rate of return that they wanted. So the mere fact that you have done business in a country or with the officials of a country doesn't mean you're sending each other Valentines.
Let me interrupt. We just showed video of a big ceremony in Israel last night where they took possession of 2 F-35 fighter jets. Ash Carter, our Secretary of Defense currently, was right there. Benjamin Netanyahu, all of the leaders. This is an extraordinarily important relationship. Israel's the only real democracy in the Middle East. So my question then dovetails to, is it the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Because both Saudi Arabia and Israel hate Iran for all sorts of very legitimate reasons. What does Tillerson do? Is he that guy, Ambassador, who can deal with Iran, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and bring it all together?
I think Rex Tillerson is completely capable of dealing with Iran, Saudi Arabia, Russia, you name it. And I think he will understand and has clearly understood through his career the importance of our relationship with Israel. So he is not some babe in the woods who has just come out and tried to figure out what's going on. He's a savvy guy, fully understanding of American foreign policy priorities.
Well, it's lovely to have you, Ambassador. I do hope that you're right. That would be a wonderful thing, and then we got to see if he gets confirmed. Wonderful to have you, Ambassador Robert Jordan, former U.S. ambassador to Saudi Arabia, and a Fox Business exclusive.